Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops wrote a letter addressing Kenyans who have been in demonstrations, addressing the opposition, and also addressing the president. But largely, you would conclude that that letter was literally addressing the opposition because it is opposition that has called for mass action immediately after the end of Ramadan. According to the bishops, they want Kenyans to embrace dialogue rather than going to mass action, because what they believe is that we had election in this country which was concluded and of course contested at the Supreme Court, and again the Supreme Court approved the presidency of one William Samuel Ruto. So the only way they are asking for is for the dialogue but not mass action, because election is beyond us. You would hear the tone in that letter, and then you can be convinced that there is possibility of William Samuel Ruto reaching out to Catholic bishops, because these are 27 bishops who approved that letter. It's like William Ruto reached out to them, asking them to reach out to Raila Response so that Raila can stop mass action and maybe pursue the dialogue way. But then Raila Odinga responded to that letter immediately. And in his response, he also used the Bible verses to respond to the bishops. And again, it was just a message right at the doorstep of one William Samuel Ruto, because according to Raila Odinga, he's saying that Kenyans need to know the truth, because once you know the truth shall set you free. And that's the Bible. So he was literally just slapping William Ruto with the Bible on the face. So first of all, let us check on what Bishop wrote. It is a 5-page letter, but we will not go into the rest of that letter, but let us just go through the highlight and then the response from Raila Odinga, which actually means that mass action is here to stay, in as much dialogue is going to go on. Kenya Conference of the Catholic Bishops. This is a letter. Or that today you would listen to his voice, harden not your heart. Psalms 94:7. Our dear people of Kenya and our leader, may grace and peace be with you. Introduction. Dear Kenyans and people of goodwill, as you well know, August last year, we did our part in electing our current leader. We prayed to God for peaceful election, and God heard our prayers. We thank God for the peace that we have enjoyed up to now. The disarray and disturbing scenes we witnessed on 20th of March 2023 make us come back to address you and our leaders, both in government and those in opposition. Current situation. We had very competitive election, and 6 months down the line, the country is not yet settled politically. Even after the declaration of the Supreme Court on the outcome of the election, there are those who still dispute on whom won the election. Furthermore, the saga surrounding the 4 IBIS commissioners who had a contrary view on the election results, announced as because of bone of contention. There is also the perception that the government is vindictive to target the individuals who are being harassed on issues relating to taxation and the acquisition of property. Now here they are touching on the Kenyatta family. These issues have created animosity between the government and the opposition. We therefore appeal to all leaders to pursue the path of peace and dialogue and create the climate and enabling environment where all Kenyans can work and increase production. We, the Catholic bishops, declare our intention and willingness rejoin in the leaders, rejoin with other leaders and other Kenyans of goodwill to have the national conversation over the issues that are ailing us. So the letter continues on, and it was signed by Most Reverend Matthew Kivuta Musonde, chairman of the Kenya Catholic Church Bishops, Archbishop of Mombasa. There is the list of all the 27 bishops there. That was the letter. But then the response from Raila Odinga is here. So Azimio finally released a press to respond to that matter and alert their supporters on the same. I want to go through it, but I just want to remind you, please, as you continue to watch, just remember to subscribe, like, and comment on our videos. And also you can share us out. Now, this is a response from Azimio. Press release, Azimio on issue raised by the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party has taken note of the post-Easter message by the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops on the prevailing economic and political situation in the country. We applaud the Church for embracing the position that the state needed to intervene and lower the cost of basic commodities. As a party, we are ready to partner with the Church to push this matter in much louder, consistent, and unapologetic manner for the sake of suffering Kenyans. We, however, do not agree with the Church's characterization of the public protest that Azimio has been leading as violent, unconstitutional, or uncalled for. We have started in recent occasion. Our protests have been and will continue to be peaceful unless the state unleashes police and goons on protesters. We therefore appeal to the Church to partner with the Kenyans in calling on the state to respect Section 37 of the Constitution. Every person has right peacefully and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petition to public authorities. We equally disagree with the characterization of our push for the audit of IBC server as unnecessary. As we said from the start of our protest, the push for the forensic audit is guided by the core doctrine of Christianity, which is a belief in truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. In this regard, and we have started before, we are guided by John 8:35. That's how Raila Odinga is slapping William Ruto with the Holy Bible. Very clear. That then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. That is the message. Azimio is curious and concerned about the sensitivity around the IBC servers during the hearing of the presidential election petition last year. The Supreme Court ordered that the servers open for our scrutiny, only for the same court to ignore its own order and in the final ruling disregard the fact that servers were not opened. It is our prayer that the Church could join Kenyans in seeking to establish the truth about last year's election by having the servers scrutinized in the best interest of nation. Right Honorable Raila Odinga, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party, April 22, 2023. Now, that is the response from Raila Odinga to the Catholic bishop that Azimio is only looking for the truth by asking this regime to open the server. Once servers are opened, they will know the truth. And they are also asking the Church. That means they are also addressing the Catholic believers that they have to join them in the demonstration to push this government so that the government will lower down the cost of living so that Kenyans will enjoy to have meal on their table. So they are very clear that mass action is going to continue. They are not going to listen to Catholic bishop and their statement. For them, they will need pastors and church leaders who are going to join them to ask this government to open servers so that Kenyans will know the truth. So what they mean is that they are looking for the truth. We were looking to have people like bishops like Njoya, Ndingi Mwana Wanzeki, among others, who would stand in protest against the government and stand for the truth. The truth is that if the church will join William Samoei Ruto, then the country will be in a problem. Because now that is going to be an unholy alliance, and the people who are going to be oppressed is going to be the common mwananchi. So it is better for the church to be separate from the Kenyan politics and always stand with the people, but not the government side. And because of this, it is better Catholic to continue to ask this regime to open the south so that Kenyans will know the truth and again lower down the cost of living, but not side with the government. So the message is very clear to William Ruto that mass action will continue in as much dialogue is going to go on. Again, this is just a confirmation from Azimio that they don't see William Ruto showing seriousness toward that dialogue. And because of that, that's why we have some voices that is pushing that it is better we go to mass action, because similarly people from their body language, when they speak, the reaction tells you that they are not truthful in this dialogue. They are not going to look for the truth. It is all about just pushing time. Then from there, people will continue to go on and things will continue in that manner. Because of this, that's why Azimio is feeling that we will only send that message through mass action. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this level, and see you in our next video. But again, remember to subscribe. By subscribing, it means you are supporting us. So please support us through subscription.